Hey, welcome to my broadcast for Final Fantasy VII for PS4. As you guys may have well known, me and my alongside my Dark Sun Kingdom member Zay, aka William Zay, pretty much. Him and I on the previous broadcast we were up late, I think, little after midnight or something. But remember, the previous broadcast was around over an hour, and I started feeling tired. I think almost 1 o'clock, or pretty much before 12:30. So what we're gonna do right now is load this game. So right now, remember, on the last broadcast, we defeated defeating Rufus, getting past the Z-Bike. So what we're gonna go to is Calm. So Calm is actually not that far. So I'm gonna, before we get to Calm, I'm gonna check what kind of broadcast we have so far tonight of who's playing Final Fantasy VII. So we have 5 broadcasts. Let's check what we got. Let's start with Cypher A. Remember, the broadcast for those people who are playing Final Fantasy VII have the opportunity to, you know, what do you call it? Fast forward their thing. But you get the idea. So yeah, no strangers is Cypher A. We also have Hamzilla, no stranger, who's doing something. So standing there doing nothing with an arrow. And also newcomer, Alf Amanga, doing a minigame ski, now from the Temple of the Ancients. And no stranger, Falcro. Remember, on one of the broadcasts that I watched, it was, you know, to the fact that I forgot what his name was. Who defeated Emerald Weapon. Remember, you have to acquire a lot of what do you call it? Hit points. Yeah, hit points. A lot of magic abilities. If you know what you're doing. If you get the idea, what do you say, Zay? In order to, you know. But remember, that was absolutely incredible. And an incredible broadcast that I watched, you know. That a lot of people have defeated M1 Weapon in a different way. You know. They find their own way to defeat him. But it still requires a lot of what do you call it? Equipment. Yeah. I forgot who what his name was. What kind of broadcast I was watching. I forgot what his name was. I think it was I don't recall what letter he started with. Who actually had that amplitude to have the opportunity to, you know, defeat Emerald Weapon. And once you have to do the same thing back and forth to Emerald Weapon and Omega Weapon. So what I'm doing right now is exploring Calm right now in the town before I continue. Oh, what do we got? Oh, Esther, thank you. I had to tackle in the closet or wardrobe. So right now I'm exploring this town. This is actually a good similar town, so let me talk to this guy too. we already know that has to be separate. What I'm gonna do is go upstairs and here in this thing. Remember, I'm exploring too, so that's not. At least that's kind of a huge advantage. So you get to a town, or you get to a what do you call it, Jay? A place you haven't been before. You explore this kind of town. So that's what I always do. Isn't it true that silver makes monsters? Just a rumor. Let's see. I'm gonna go upstairs on this one. So anything I could pretty much do over here. Looks like there's not much I can do but talk to this guy. Oh, it's well for health. Do you have any treasure? No, you do not. Okay. Okay, what I'm gonna do this time is, before I continue the storyline, I'm gonna purchase a couple of things. I'm gonna have to carry a bunch of posters on this round. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, material. Do I need anything? There's 2 steels. I don't know if that's gonna be a factor. Weapon store. Cannonball for that matter. I could pretty much purchase a little bit of something equal. I could get the Meatball Saber, the Cloud, wait a minute, who the hell do I have in the party with? Oh, I could pretty much go for 4 middle staff for arrows, then, I have 1 of that, I have 1 of arrows, and then, Measle Claw for that, and Barrett would have to acquire that. So what I'm gonna do is sell 1 of my items. So I'm gonna sell my Talisman, take that off the seat, and then, Protect Vest, I can get rid of that too, so what I'm gonna do is stop for material in just a minute. So what I'm gonna do is, equip the Meatball Saber on the Cloud, so that should be quite useful. Meatball Armor would be predicting. And what I'm gonna have Cloud attach is, hold on. But what I'm gonna have Cloud get, I ain't gonna put any sense of material right now, despite I don't need to put that in protectively. Okay, I'm gonna purchase some final item store. Let's see what we got. Okay, I need one known for that. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's see. The king has 6272, but for potions, I'm gonna purchase about I'm probably gonna go with the 36. Antidote will get up to. I'm gonna put 12 on that. Eye drops for darkness, so it'll get about 10. Hyper will not be effective. So, and 2 10s, so. But remember, Zay, the hyper and what do you call it? Tranquilizer will not be effective. Sometimes maybe not might not be effective when it comes to, you know, limit breaks. I have 2 S's, so I don't have to worry about any of that. I got plenty of, here's the thing, I got plenty of, Phoenix Downs. I have about 9, so I don't have to purchase any of that right now. So what and for materia, I'm not gonna rest any cases. So, so what we're gonna do here is, head to the inn, actually. Remember, not much is gonna be affected. The party's waiting for the 2nd floor. Okay. So yep. Remember, this is the cutscene of Power Bout for with Nibelheim with Cloud making his I think younger appearance with Sephiroth, and that was when Lockhart was actually a little bit younger too. So you know, for the crisis. I'll get to more talk in just a minute. I'm gonna take another bite of Three Musketeers. Excuse me. So, you get the idea. So right now they're talking about the Sinra and Ward. Cloud said he was 16 with Sephiroth. But yeah, this is the part, that was the part when Cloud was 16, Lock Island I think was also in the mid-10s. And Sephiroth I think was a little bit old, as usual. But remember, the good male actor who has ever played Sephiroth on Avid Children is Zay. You may still know this male's name, pretty much. Which is goes by a guy named who's no stranger by the name of George Newbern. So, I mean, everyone knows who George Newbern is, correct, Zay? When he mhm. when he played Sephiroth on the last, I think the last three bits on Evan Children during the battle with Cloud Strife, pretty much. So so yeah, oh, it means to Sephiroth, but yeah, George Newbern did an absolute good job as playing the part of, playing as the bad guy for Sephiroth. Remember, Cloud and Sephiroth have a lot of history. You know, they know each other for a long time. You know, and they've done battles before as a rivalry. So you know, it goes way back. So, but notice nothing strange compared to Sephiroth and George Newbern. So right now we have a first battle with with a green dragon. So Sephiroth can handle this. And Cloud won't do anything about it. Since he got killed, but Sephiroth gets life 2 going. Which we all know that's fine with me. But he gets killed again. But Sephiroth got him. So, too bad why I did not get any experience points. Which sucks sometimes. It doesn't suck a lot. But remember, Cloud and Sephiroth are the strongest peers in Final Fantasy history. Going through battle one-on-one. You know. It's what always has to be a great mind. A great mind settlement. So, personally, the way it feels for the hometown. But yeah, this is the back to the broadcast. This is where the hometown where his mother Sephiroth gave birth from Sephiroth, you know. Even though Zenova is Sephiroth's mother, you know. Before since Sephiroth was transformed, the other one was partners with Lars and Yazoo by the name of Kadaz. So you know, saying that, and I quote, "Mother's going to tell me," and Cloud says, actually he's like, I guess the remnant wouldn't really know. And Kadaz is like, you know, so only if I'm a puppet. But, oh, the person that we passed by was actually Trimix, but he left the party, but, you know. But there's nothing wrong with any of it, you know. Well, we'll see. But like I said earlier, I'll say it again, the previous broadcast was around over an hour. And that was actually a great broadcast. I mean, you can ask Zay. Him and I were the only ones in the party. You know. What do you say, Zay? We were the only ones that were in the party for overnight. During this broadcast. previous broadcast a couple nights ago. So, but other than that, it's always been very confident, very simple. But Nibelheim has always been a good hometown in Final Fantasy VII history. But talking about the reactor, and when before Cloud and Sephiroth became enemies, so you know, remember they have a lot of history for one another between these guys. If there's any other Final Fantasy characters I can name off who's been having a lot of history, would have to be which would have to be the Emperor. I think was not part of it. I think the Emperor was not part of it. I think when it comes to Final Fantasy 2. I think it would have to be Terra and what's his face, Kefka, you know. Even though Edgar and Lock Cole and Edgar Figueroa are actually very good friends in Final Fantasy VI. You know, back in time, you know, before they made their first appearance, Locke was actually a good ultimate favorite in Final Fantasy VI history. Edgar was good. Go-Go, the yellow man, or the yellow disguised man was actually by the name of Go-Go. You know, using the mime and copying every single magic comprehendedly. So, you know, it's whatever has to be copied. Like say, well, not for Espers, you know. It's whatever always has to communicate. So right now, on the broadcast, Sephiroth said they're gonna start tomorrow. They're gonna get some sleep soon. And I'm gonna put, yeah, let's get some sleep. He said, I've hired a guide to the Mako reactor. I've heard he's young, but I hope we can be relying on him. That's Lockhart, so, you know. But other than that, it's always been a great story between these two. For over the past, I don't know, past long time, you know. And I'm gonna bring something up despite you're here today. For those people who can watch my broadcast doing Final Fantasy VII for PS4, The Force Awakens Episode 7 of Star Wars is gonna be in theaters this Friday, I think. Yeah, Friday at midnight on the 18th. But me and a couple of my family members are gonna actually we're gonna watch it on the 19th on Saturday, since I'm gonna be off for 2 weeks for the holidays, for Christmas time. So you're looking at next week, next week, and the week after next week. So I will not be back at work until the beginning of January. That's when I can close the deal on Uncharted 4 and Division. So, just to keep your hopes up, who's watching this broadcast. So, you know. Let's see, here we're looking at a Mako reactor that was built in Mount Nebel. The Cold Mountain air of Mount Nebel was the same. And we actually get to this part of the game later. Much later as usual. So, we've been getting a lot more stronger than this. So, but we can't confuse any other juveniles. So, now as you can see the material, Sephiroth has fire, all, earth, restore was his cure, revive was his life and life 2, ice through ice 3, all magic again, Ball has been cleared, the same with ball again. So that's pretty much the clarifying things. So yeah, and remember, you don't earn experience when it comes to tagging with Sephiroth. Remember, I'm not one of those guys that has to fast forward. Fast forward to, you know, like the other people that are broadcasting for Final Fantasy VII. So, I'll just go very easy. Extremely easy to the fact. So yeah, The Force Awakens did it get, but yeah, back to Star Wars. I read a piece of that review of whatever comes next. But remember, I'm gonna be watching it in theaters this Saturday. I don't know what time, but it's gonna be incredible. But the review for The Force Awakens is coming out on the 18th, midnight. Got cited 8.8 out of 10 on IGN.com. Which I think that's actually a great review. An awesome review. But I'll give it a better review than that. You know. Well, I'm gonna have to wait and see what happens. Wait and see in tech. But an 8.8 is actually a great score. No doubt about it. You know. Feeling very, very helpful. Not very resourceful. You know. It's whatever comes to mind. So pretty much, and for those people who were still expecting by the name of Stormy Weather, aka Eli, I met him in a party. He invited me to a party, you know, and I think it was it was actually a couple nights ago. He said it was actually the last time he was going to be online and joining a party, you know. And he did say he was going to be coming back in the summer of next year, 2016. This is going to be an extra few more months. So, but it's not going to be very long when he comes back for that next year, you know. Right now we are at a mysterious power with the Mount Nebel. So something about how angry or something to do with magic. You know, speaking a little bit of Hozo, you know, this happens to be an evil scientist, you know. So indeed. So indeed. I'm gonna take a sip of this real quick. Hold on. Okay. Where were we? So what we're gonna do is go up these steps. That's gonna lead us to the empty bodies or something. And what do you call it? They're gonna go inside here, and we know exactly what exactly is inside. It's a Nova, pretty much, and you know, not the same reactor. So like saying, I watched this video for the name of Cloud87450. I was actually watching a YouTube video of him playing Super Mario World in the past. One of the past videos. And, you know, he's actually funny. He says a bit saying, now we repeat the same strategy. He said, you know, knock him in the head. Utterly failed right there. He said, did it like an idiot. When he had to do it again, So, you know. He didn't want to say much in that video, despite of his microphone. So you get the idea. So what we're looking to see here is, let's see, Cloud is looking at this thing. Now he's gonna talk to Seth off here. He's looking at the blue Mia, actually. One that says level 5. So how we doing on Destiny, Jay? Pretty good, pretty good. Are you gonna get on Final Fantasy VII tonight, man, to keep up? Oh, alright. I'm hyping to see if you're gonna jump in it, I think, over the weekend, before I jump in my my 2-week holiday days off. But you know, remember, it's always entirely. Now this Friday's Money in the Bank, when I cast it in, you know, I mean this week's Money in the Bank is not going to be until I think somewhere on the 26th, or wait until beginning of 2016, but we'll see. But I am going to cast in last week's Money in the Bank. Jay, someone just made a comment. Someone made a comment on my YouTube podcast. Do you know a hero C by the name of Raven Hayden? Jay? Oh, I wasn't very certain if you... Hold on a second. For those people who can watch my broadcast, I know Raven Hayden can may or may not find this different, but Raven. But I got not a quick question for Raven. But I don't think Genova is Cloud. Cloud is one of the best good guy inside of the Final Fantasy VII history and cinema. You know, and unfortunately, if anyone can compare to a favorite Final Fantasy character, it would have to be either Squall, Cloud, or I can't think what the other Final Fantasy character could be, but you know. But hold on a second. Now we haven't. Heads up, Jay. Say, why are you talking to me? I'm actually gonna save the game right now, so I'm gonna take a breather. So I'm gonna save off right now. So Raven, if you can hear me on the broadcast while I'm broadcasting on YouTube, I can have you send me a friend request. If you could give me the username for that. So if that's okay with Raven. So okay, right now he needed a quick breather. So we're inside the reactor, as you pretty much know. This is the biggest building in Nibelheim, pretty much. But they call it the Silver Mansion. So Jay, I got a second message from Raven. He is, now for those people who, is Raven a he or a she? That's the question. You know, he said, I think he or she said Cloud has Zenova cells. Sorry. Yeah, Raven, I think you're absolutely right. But I got a question for you, Raven. If he or she, if he's a he or she. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Jay, I got a friend request. Oh, ho, ho, oh no. Oh no. Say, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Guess who the friend request is from? Raven Rose. Remember? The one that made my comments on the broadcast? Raven Hayden. Oh my god. I don't know what to do here. I'm actually gonna accept the friend request right now. Oh my god. Now, when we get to the communities. Okay, Zay. Uh, about her, he or she. She's a lesbian for life, not looking for a girlfriend though. She's a female Twitch streamer. Current Twitch project is unknown at this time. She's level 11 in trophies with 98% with 869 trophies with 1 platinum. She has 7 communities. You know, she's you know, not very blonde, but you know. Oh, I know. Oh wow, wait. Say Raven, if you can hear me in the broadcast, can you jump in my party? See, actually, now, Jay, Raven sent me a phone request and oh my god. She said Zenova is actually Sephiroth, actually. Well, I mean, you always have to admit, Zenova is Sephiroth's mother. When you say Jay, you know. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. But other than that, oh my god. I cannot believe this, Jay. Guess how many people who's watching my broadcast right now? Me broadcasting Final Fantasy VII for PS4. We got 3 people. Now besides Raven, I'm trying to think who the 2 other people who's watching my broadcast right now. But Raven, if you can hear me on my broadcast. Oh wait a minute. There's no people that's. No, the people are actually off that schedule now. Now, wait a minute, alright, Zay. Wait, she said Sephiroth is asleep, and that is incorrect. Zenova contains. Well, but it's actually good. But let me get back to the question here. Since you, Raven, are watching my broadcast, if you could join, if you want me to send you an invite to the party, she said who looks. Well, Zenova is actually, Zenova, you know, is more of you know. But before I go any more further, I wonder if Raven can jump in the party here. So Raven, are you alright with the fact? Are you alright if I sing you an invite to the PS4 party? Or you can jump in anytime. Since you know, since you are a female, do you mind if I ask anyone's age to that point? You know. But we'll see. I'm gonna may or may not wait and see what Raven has to say to that. But you know, this is actually a newcomer to this. Someone who's actually watching my broadcast for a good reason. Oh my god. Now we have 4 people that's watching my broadcast, man. Oh my god. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. This is incredible. You know, very popular. You see, this is very popular to see when this game came out in 1997. You know. Say, Raven, are you still watching my broadcast, Raven? Since, you know. Okay, I'm gonna let you talk in just a minute. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about the others. Okay. Alright, Zay, go ahead. Oh, so Raven, so you're in your early 30s. That's not too bad. I was wondering if you want to join my PS4 party. You could give me a good or negative answer, despite if you're okay with that. If I say you an invite. But right now we have Cloud, who's you know, escape out of bed, you know, crawling. And so what I'm gonna do now is head to the same path as I have been working on. And this also says Sephiroth seems different. Well, but remember, like I said earlier, Sephiroth is the best. You can't go wrong with someone who battles Cloud or battles anyone in this business for Final Fantasy history. Like say, are you sure? I mean, Raven. I mean, I don't mind if you. I mean, are you planning on joining one of my parties if I create one sometime? Or if you wanna make a party, and you can send me an invite maybe. I mean, the fact of the matter is, you know, it's been truly, you know, not very ignorant, but it's what always comes to mind. When they reach the top of the mountain. So oh, exactly right. Say, Raven, can I ask you a question? Hold on a second. Hold on, Zay. I'm gonna see if Raven. I'm gonna double check if Raven wants me to ask you a question. So, Raven, can I ask you a question? Hold on, I'm gonna continue the broadcast so I know while I'm speaking, but I'm gonna see if this is gonna work. And Zay, I'm willing to see if this is gonna work. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, so oh my God, we haven't. Zay, he said I will be streaming this myself later. LOLs. And and we have someone else that's watching my broadcast too, man. I cannot believe it. No, Zay, I see you an invite. Are you gonna accept or do you want to come in some other time? But yeah, Zay, we have a different newcomer by the name of Starling Mink. 650. Oh my God. I cannot. Oh wow. Can you believe this, Zay? Plenty of people watching this broadcast. This is excellent. I mean, I didn't have any people who was a couple nights ago that couldn't watch my broadcast, you know. I was just, you know, anything or may not have anything else different. Now, Raven, did you get an invite from me? But Starling Mink, how you been? I mean, also I say how you doing? So even though they can still hear me for that. So what I'm gonna do is Cloud is gonna get out of here. I mean, Raven, did you get my party invite that I sent you? But I want to see if you wanna jump in for just for a couple minutes, if that's okay. All right, right now we have a couple of fire houses. the planes Sephoff has done, you know, towards the live stream, towards these campfires, you know. Let's just say if you do the same thing as Sephoff, you do not want to get past him. It's why Sephoff is badass, you know. You second. Zay. Someone else is also. But Raven, if you jump in a party, can you text? Can you text on PS4 chat? She said I don't voice chat. And Cody said damn man, you sound thirsty. I mean, what can I ever acknowledge? I mean, people have some good thirst in their system, you know. I mean, the king is on the diet. Let's say you know that for a fact when I had my bowel movement surgery, you know, back at Toledo, Ohio. Here in Ohio and Toledo. So, but you get the pics of the story when I told you in the past when I had a hernia surgery, and it was not pretty for me in doing that surgery, you know, for my bowel movements. But the good news is I have not been filling up with any diet pop that, you know, that was bound me up. So Raven, I'll tell you what. If you feel like joining a party with me or anything, you're always welcome to. You're always welcome to join a party with me anytime. Like if you want to talk or want to see how anyone's doing, I don't mind. I don't mind if you want to stay in chat or watch my broadcast. It's whatever you want to do. So, but Starling Mink, can you hear my broadcast? But yeah, Raven, if you want to know my age, I'm pretty sure you probably won't mind it. May or may not mind it. I mean, Zay, you know my age from a heartbeat. I turned 22 back in June earlier this year. So, see, that's actually good pixel. So Raven, like I said earlier, I'll say it again. If you wanna join one of my parties, I would recommend joining a party with me or anything, and probably in the evenings. Actually, in the late afternoons or in the evenings. So it's whatever you like to do. Despite, you know, you can always feel free to join one of my parties if you want to. I mean, no one's a bad person when it comes to broadcasting. So Raven, what do you think? Alright, Lockhart, by the way, to say you promised that you come when I was in trouble, but she actually did get a little bit, what do you call it? A little bit hurt. A bit hurt. When Sephiroth got his sword back. And here you see, oh man. So Cody, would you call this incredible? Zay? Cody said, not what thirsty means. This is pathetically entertaining. No, Zay, what do you want to call it? Well, oh, thanks, Raven. Remember, Raven, you know I'm 22, right? She said, happy belated birthday. Oh my god. I cannot believe this is... I cannot believe what I'm seeing, Zay. This is incredible. Can you believe this? This is incredible. Oh yeah, no, Raven, here's the thing. But yeah, Raven, you can join one of my parties anytime you want. Like if we want to talk to anyone, I don't mind. You know, if I create a public party or private party, there's only one man that can jump in this party. Any kind of party that I would make. And you're looking at the man. And we know what kind of man that is. When you say Zay? I mean you're doing you're one of my best buddies on the Dark Sun Kingdom that I've known for a long time. You know. So Raven, are you alright if you join a party anytime? Or even want to have someone to talk to? But you know, Zay, you don't consider anything wrong when it comes to broadcasting. When it comes to joining a broadcast commentary. Raven said, I am 10 years older than you, but I'm actually younger than of 22. So, but I should be turning 23 next year. So, but Raven, right. But other than that, it's whenever you want to commit to. So Raven, when do you want to hang or join in the party? I mean, it's up to you, or it could be up to me. That doesn't matter. So, and of course, I think there was one other female that stabbed me in the back. You know, by the name of I told you about all 7, correct, Zay, aka Morgan. You know, once he stabbed me in the back and trying to get me to do what's his face, that I'm not gonna get into. But you know, that's been way in the past. You know. But either way, it's always not pathetic. She was actually a good female to hang out with. So, but yeah. But Raven, are you alright if it's on a party anytime? Like if you want to talk to me or anything. Staying out of say Raven, staying out of what? She said I will be 33 next year, and I am used to staying out of them. But Zay, remember Zay, you can Raven, you can join in a party anytime. If I make a party or if Zay, aka Roma Zay, is here, I don't mind. I don't mind if we join in the party, as long as if you want to hang out sometime or anything. It's whatever. It's whatever comes to mind. So what I got here is you know, a little something, which is you know, PHS. Was this actually a good tool, a pretty good tool to use? You know. We get the idea. So what we're gonna do right now is take some time to say, Raven, if you ever decide to join in the party with me or anything, you can tell me a little bit about yourself or anything, and I can tell you a little bit about myself. So it don't matter. Well, I sent him a second invite if he wants to join a party anytime. But remember, Raven, I don't bite. You know that. It's the very first time if someone actually wants any kind of broadcast has ever been done before. You know, I permanently had no one once in my broadcast. Couple days ago, Monday night. So it's whatever you still want to do. I don't mind, as long as there's no bans. Say Raven, did it give my, did I just give you another invite? I mean, I just wanted to make sure if I gave you an extra invite or anything. Alright, he said, I will grind all materia. All materia is actually, comes in handy. You know what you're doing. You know, when it causes good effects. Good cumulative effects to that. So what I'm gonna equip right now is full metal staff. Red 13 doesn't need anything. Lockhart pretty much won't need anything right now. So what I'm gonna have Eris do is get a but one of the best enemy skills when it comes to, you know, when it comes to that kind of material, it would have to be any kind of enemy skill you learn from, you know. Like I say, big gun comes in handy. What you say, Zay? Right. I mean, I see a lot of people who use, you know. Oh, every single material, yeah. Say, Raven, did you give me, did I just give you an extra invite? Or did I not? I wasn't, very uncertain. So what I'm gonna do right now is do a quick save. And, take a break on broadcast. Say, Raven, if you want to join the party, I'm right here. And Zay is right here as well, so, I'm gonna take a break. And if you have, and if any of you have any last words besides Zay right now, despite I know him and I are gonna pretty much, say his own night is what you say. So pretty much, yeah. So Raven, before I close the door on this broadcast and continue my broadcast tomorrow when I get off work, are you gonna be online? If you don't join the party, that's the question. But yeah, that's whatever C wants to do or anything, but we'll see. We'll see whatever C wants to comprehend or anything. I mean, I would love nothing more than if C were to come into this party. When he says that, it would be well, you know, as in voice chat, but yeah, Raven, if you need someone to talk to, me and Zay are here. But I would love... Go ahead, Zay. But I would love to hear anything about each other. So Raven, if you want to stay in contact, I can get another broadcast started tomorrow night, and or you can group message me. So here we go. I'm gonna take a break. 1, 2, 3. Broadcast tomorrow.